You asked for it, so here it goes. A lot of people have DM'd me, they've emailed me, they've sent me all sorts of comments. Please explain tariffs. I did this in a live the other day, but let me break it down here. One side is against them, the other side is for them. I don't think the first side understands how they work. A tariff is something that you put on goods that are being imported into your country. The company pays the tariffs, the importing company. Then many can make the argument that consumers will have to pay more money for the goods. Probably true. But tariffs are a leverage play. Here's what I mean. The United States is a huge economic market. So Canada and Mexico and China would like to do trade with the United States. For some reason, Canada, Mexico, and China have been very unfair with the United States. In fact, it's an unfair trade imbalance to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. So the current president said, let's put tariffs on the goods, and this will incentivize either those countries to play fairly, or it'll incentivize companies to come back to the United States of America. Now, many would say, well, how does that work? Well, if you're a Canadian company, or a company in Canada, or a company in Mexico, or a company in China, and you don't want your goods to cost more because of the tariff being put on when they're imported into the United States, you might just move operations into the United States to bypass the tariff. In fact, it's happening. A quick search brought up that Samsung has reviewed plans to shift dryer production from Mexico to its South Carolina plant in response to the 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports. Pretty good. LG is also weighing moving refrigerator production from Mexico to the U.S. for similar reasons related to tariffs. And then there's Stellantis. It's moved jobs back to the U.S., which seems motivated by avoiding tariffs. Toyota has been mentioned as an example where tariffs led to production being moved to the U.S., specifically for their trucks, which are now made in America to avoid tariffs. Two Canadian food companies, listen to this, Midday Squares and Flourish Pancakes, have planned to move operations to the U.S. to sidestep U.S. tariffs. So the result of tariffs, very simple. Canada, Mexico, and China can all now even off the playing field and stop getting billions and hundreds of billions of dollars a year in a trade surplus from us, causing a deficit for the United States. Or if they don't do that, the United States will keep on incentivizing companies to come back here. Another byproduct of companies coming back here, jobs for American workers. I hope this makes sense to you. Everybody's afraid eggs are going to cost too much money and tariffs are bad because the news says so. I just gave you something that's unbiased and true, and I gave you examples of companies that are moving here because of it. Make sure you share this, make sure you like this, make sure you comment. Come on!